When we're talking about professional video surveillance equipment and professional security, what comes to mind? In my head, we're talking about banks, we're talking about hospitals, we're talking about some businesses, and they always go above and beyond to make sure that everyone is secured and their premise is secured. I understand that they need to maintain a certain level of security for their environment, but when we're talking about home security, why don't we have the same level of security that we want for our premise? We just did a small review about the new Cam Spotlight Pro from Ring, and it kind of gave us this idea for this video. So we all know that Ring has become really popular with their video doorbell, which is a great product in itself, but now they're trying to be more and more in the market of security by using indoor cameras, outdoor cameras, and in our eyes, so being a security professional for many years now, it's not the ideal product. So we're kind of jumping in together to see what we mean by using a professional security products. So maybe using a local storage and a better image sensor, a better form factor depending on the situation, versus using cameras that are distributed by Ring. So it's not a video against Ring again, it's just about comparing why not use professional security cameras, so professional equipment, for your home security. Alright, so we understand why Ring cameras are popular, okay? It's not that we don't understand why people go towards them for home security. It's that most of them are DIY, which means do it yourself. So it's easier to order them, install it by yourself, and job is done. You didn't need a professional installer, and you just clear your head with it. But again, it's about being really secured. So if we go through the cameras that they have on their website, so for example, here we have the Spotlight cameras that we did a review on, and they have LED and a siren, but again, as you can see, best-selling cameras, it's about battery cameras. So again, easy to install, you put in the battery, it's done. You also have the plug-in, so yes, you have multiple options here. So solar panel, wired cameras, so we're talking about 12 volt DC, and you even have a series of cameras. I was quite surprised, honestly. They have the Elite cameras that use PoE. So it's a good thing. You see that Ring is trying to improve and trying to get the right accessories for their cameras. And when we keep going down here, that's another type of camera. But again, for the image sensor, what we notice is all the cameras only have 2 megapixels. So it's a 1080p resolution. So again, when we're talking about outdoor security, it's not ideal. You're missing some details in the picture. It's not good enough, okay? We keep going down, we have other cameras. Keep in mind that this is all a cloud subscription. So that means that for every device you have, so every camera, you need to pay a fee of $6 per month. So this can ramp up really fast, and that means also that you don't have your hands-on storage. So you don't have access to a local storage. You're forced towards the cloud. So if it can be a privacy issue for you, you need to keep that in mind again, that it's something to consider, right? And yes, those cameras have smart features. We've seen they have motion detection. Some of them even have their new 3D motion detection. So, okay, it's a good first step. It's a good first solution for home security if you don't want to deal with all the details. And now if we're talking about professional solutions, so professional cameras, well, 90% of them are wired, not battery powered. If you have battery in them, you also have the wire just for more security. You cannot have a downtime when we're talking about professional systems. They're mostly using PoE switch, so PoE powered, which is power over Ethernet for convenience. It's easy to install. And again, it's all about being secured. Now, if we're talking about resolution, the image sensor, the Ring camera here, and all their cameras on their website have a 2 megapixel image sensor. When we're talking about professional security, well, the norm now is more towards a 4 megapixel and a 5 megapixel. But honestly, you can go up to 8 and even 16 megapixels. And the reason for that, and the reason why they're more popular now in the United States and in North America, it's all about the details. So using an 8 megapixels, if you use it in the front of your house, for example, you're able to catch a license plate, you're able to catch all the details in the picture, and it's easier to use that footage if you need to send it to someone, for a neighbor that something happened, or even to you to report to the police. And we also talked about the cloud here solution, so paying a subscription fee every month. But when you're talking about professional security, you also have access to local storage, so using an NVR or a DVR. So they give the choice to you to use cloud or local, and by using a local storage, you have your hands on your data. So the storage is at your home, you control the storage, and nobody else has access to it. And another nice thing here is that if you're buying a larger NVR, well, you can hook up through power over internet, so what we just discussed, up to 16 cameras on this. So all 16 cameras will be powered through the NVR, and that means no disruption in terms of connection. So you're seeing everything that the camera is recording. And that's another advantage of being wired, because when we're talking about Wi-Fi cameras, like the one on the Ring website, well, there can be some problems with your internet sometimes. You're not controlling that side of the camera. So if you're missing a crucial action in front of your house because the Wi-Fi had a problem, well, again, it's not really secure, is it? And as far as form factors goes, well, there's a reason we have bullet cameras, dome cameras, turret cameras, and it never really changes through time. It's because they work for particular situation. So when we're talking about indoor, we go more towards the dome, outdoor more now with the turret or even the bullet for their deterrence factor here. But when we're talking about these types of cameras, so when we go again on their website, you get what you get, right? So it's the different models, but always the same form factor. And okay, it's a nice look, but it's not the ideal form for a professional experience in my eyes. And talking about that form too and the build, well, when we're talking about professional, you have to respect some certifications. So we're talking about the ingress protection, you're talking about the vandal resistance. So most cameras now are IK10 for their vandal resistance, which means that they have a metal form factor which can resist some impact. And we're talking about ingress protection, which is the IP66. I think that's the norm right now, which is their dust and water resistance. So making sure that nothing can go inside the camera to damage all the wires in there. And when talking again professional cameras and smart features, there are tons out there. You can find camera for pretty much every situation. We have AI plus cameras that will do not only motion detection, but it would do facial recognition, human behavior detection. Oh my God, there are so many. You can find LPR cameras that are focused on finding the right license plate. You have people counting if you're doing a retail store, so that's another topic. It's not really useful for your home security, but you understand what I mean. The features, it's really customizable to your need, and this is all part of VMS, which are video management software. So when buying a professional equipment, you normally get access to these software that will help you manage all your surveillance. So all the cameras you have will go on there, and you will be able to, similar to what you find on the Ring application. So triggering all the smart features and making sure that you receive an alert when something happens. So again, it's nothing against Ring. Honestly, again, they brought the video doorbell on the market, and we see more and more they try to get to that professional level that we mentioned. So a good example is their elite models that use now a PoE, power over internet cable. But they keep the DIY because that's what attracts people here. And when we talk with installers, that's one of the things they dislike about these kinds of product. It's mostly that all the Rings product, for example, are using Wi-Fi connection. And as we mentioned, Wi-Fi connection is something that is not really secured when we're talking about professional surveillance. And they complain that when you do the installation, well, after, if you're losing internet and you have a problem, well, you will call the installer to help you figure out the problem. But it's nothing they can control. So it's a lot of time investment to figure out a problem that at the end of the day is just about the product itself. So that's why when you're using a professional security system, it is just easier at the end of the day. And remember, we talk also about cloud. So when we're talking about home security, well, you need to install more than one camera. We're talking about maybe 4 or 8 cameras that you install around your house to make sure that every angle is secured. And when we're talking about a cloud subscription, well, let's say it's 8 cameras times 6. That's about $50 per month for your security. I will say this, never look at the numbers too much when we're talking about security, but the fact that we go towards, when I say we, I mean most people go towards these kind of solutions because they are less expensive than when we're talking about a professional kit. Well, okay, you buy the camera that is less expensive, but then you have to pay every month $50 to be able to make them work and use their features. So it kind of go back to the fact that it's about the same price, right? And again, professional security, a lot of features, customizable. Maybe you don't need like all the details on a VMS, for example, because you can connect up to 1,000 cameras on there. Is it good for you for home security? Not depends on the size of your house, honestly. But remember that even the VMS, the software, yes, it can be on a PC, but most professional companies now also have an application. So it works the same way. You can have the live view on there, and you're able to review any action that happened on your premise. Again, this was more open discussion about home security, why people go towards these kinds of model. We kind of understand their reasoning. We hope we were trying to educate more people towards the difference between both worlds. So security, professional surveillance systems, and options like Ring. So what are the main differences and why does it matter? If you like this kind of video, please let us know. This is one of the topics we actually like to discuss. We discuss this like all the time away from the camera. So we wanted to share that information with you. And if you've learned something, maybe you find this that it suits well for home security, we'd love to know. Again, thank you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.